Welcome, patrons, to the Library of the Imagination, a library of the multiverse, library of dreams, or, whatever it is. Yeah, here we go. We're going to be playing some Final Fantasy Theatrhythm in a little bit. So why don't we play a little bit of it. A little bit of music in the background from what I got, because we should do. But how's everyone doing today? It's a Thursday, getting close to the weekend, very close. It's good, for those of us that work, it's always a long week. We had a 4-day week actually here in the US, had a Monday off, but still, even with the day off, it still feels like a long week. Had a bunch more meetings this morning. I'm still working on stuff for job applications, so it's been a long day. Tired. We'll see how this goes. Still got some stuff to finish, but we put in the application tomorrow, so we'll be done with it one way or the other, which is alright with me. So we're gonna relax a little bit tonight. And now that I've caught up, or at least pretty close to caught up with Shikamori's Just a Cutie and Blue Lock manga, I've started a new one. I've actually decided to follow Blue Lock with a little bit more sports manga, so I'm going back to the classic Slam Dunk. Never read it before, haven't seen the anime or anything, so that is my new manga that I picked up to read. So I'm interested to see how it goes. I've heard lots and lots of good things about it, although I'm never actually sure if they're talking about the manga or the anime. So if I had time to watch the anime or the means to watch, I'm not even sure where I would find it at this point. I might be willing to do that, but a lot easier to fit manga into my lifestyle, my life. So I am doing exactly that. I am reading a bit, so I'm about, how far am I in? 40 chapters or so in. So it's kind of moved kind of slow so far, so I'm kind of interested to see how they cram enough in. But I guess it kind of makes sense that it's stuffing in a whole lot of story and motivation and everything at first to make things clear as to the relationships between characters and how our characters' skills start and grow and where they are and where they could be. So I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely a product of its time, so I can see a little bit of that. But I'm interested to see how it goes, because, like I said, I've heard a lot of good things about it. So hopefully it ends up being worth it. But yeah, I mean, completed manga, always good. Always like to have a little bit of that, so I can just power through it and not have to worry about having to catch up and wait for the next chapters or so. Trying to decide what I'll have next on the docket. I'm thinking maybe the quintessential quintuplets, but I could be persuaded to read something else, especially if someone has a suggestion, especially for sports manga. I really like sports manga, and one of the reasons why I'm liking Slam Dunk so far is that, and Blue Lock for that matter, is that it's not a bunch of like super overpowered skills and stuff. It's like stuff that's exaggerated but in the realm of possibility. So I like that a lot. I like that there is some normality to what's going on. It's not fantastical or anything. It's rooted in the sport. It is stuff that happens, like in Slam Dunk, the main character, the protagonist, Hanamichi, is someone who's got insane athletic ability, which, is a little exaggerated or nothing, but he's not like jumping out of the gym or anything. It's possible that this, what is it, but 6'2", 6'3" feller is dunking and such, and he's learning basketball, and you know, he starts out, doesn't even know what he's doing. So when he's starting to learn how to perform a layup, he's missing them all the time because he doesn't understand how it works. And that's, you know, very relatable, and that makes sense. He's not, and even when he starts making them, he's still not making them like 100% of the time, which is also pretty normal. I mean, I think even top players are still in the high 90s. They still miss one every now and then, especially under pressure. And Blue Lock has that too, or it's the abilities are exaggerated a little bit. I mean, picking out exactly where you can hit the ball each time that you kick is, of course, something that not even the pros can do 100% of the time. And so the kids are at a high level under 20, but still a relatively low level are able to do that. But at least that is something that is in the realm of possibility. It's like they're hitting shots that can happen. Sure, it would take like professionals, and maybe not even like top end professionals, but professionals nonetheless, and are able to do stuff like that. I mean, and it's not like anyone is unstoppable. There's always ways to do that, and you see that even though something seems super exaggerated, people can come up and they can stop things, and it kind of grounds it a bit, and you're like, oh, okay, so even though skills are exaggerated, it still feels relatively normal, and that's the kind of things I like. I don't like when they go fantastical, like Kuroko's basketball. I liked, but that was one of the things I didn't like about it, was just that they would do things that were just kind of ridiculous. I mean, they had one character who, when he shoots, never missed, and that's just and from anywhere on the court too, and it's just like, that's just not something that happens, and things like that. And it's just like, kind of takes me out of it a bit as someone who is athletic, played a lot of different sports. It's too much. But when it's things that are just, you know, it's exaggerated, but within the realm of possibility for someone to do, then I kind of feel more attached to it. So, trying to think I haven't really read a baseball one. I think a baseball sports manga would be very interesting. The closest thing I had, there was one in Jump, was it last year, called The Nine Dragons, I believe, which had some potential, I thought, but it only lasted like 20 something chapters, so kind of disappointing. But it looked like it was going somewhere. It looked like it could hit that peak spot for me, where things were played fairly straight. I mean, there's still things that were, of course, like exaggerated skills, but stuff that's not super crazy. And so I was quite enjoying it, but I guess a lot of other people were not, so therefore it got canceled. I got axed. So, but that's like the only baseball one I've had any experience with, and I know Japan has a very strong baseball culture, so I know there's got to be baseball manga out there that are interesting. So, any recommendations for that, I would quite enjoy. Tennis, Prince of Tennis I read, which was not bad. That one has some of that skills that are crazy that I didn't like. So it wasn't my favorite thing, but it was still interesting. I did like that they started with a protagonist who was actually good at first and had to advance from there, and that kind of made it a little bit easier instead of going from like no skill to greatest ever. Was already going from had a lot of skill, had to prove himself kind of thing through, and that kind of made it a little bit more palatable. But that was a nice long one too. I like that it was given enough time to actually progress at a pace that seemed to work, and you know, some of the side characters were pretty interesting as well. So that was a good one too. But other than that, I'm trying to think of any other sports manga I I've been able to get my hands on, and I'm not sure. Can't think of any. So yeah, any sports manga would be recommendations would be wonderful. I'm kind of sad Jump has now lost High School Family, which I was at first kind of down on. Like the first 10 or so chapters, I was kind of wondering where this would go. Like the concept of it was funny, and I liked the idea, but it wasn't going anywhere at first. And then it kind of found its footing once it started parodying like other manga types. And so once it found its groove, I was really enjoying it. So now that it just like kind of abruptly ended, kind of disappointed. I wanted to kind of see it keep going a little bit. It kind of seemed like it was building up to something in their second year, but oops, I hit the button. So that's kind of disappointing, but I guess that's just the way it goes sometimes. And then there was the big furor about the manga that's basically untranslatable in what is it called? The Cipher Underground? Is that what it's called? Now I'm not thinking what it is. Cipher Academy. Which is a very interesting conceit with code-breaking school and wars going all around and stuff. But I can completely understand why the translator was kind of having a hard time with it, because the codes that they were doing, and especially in this I guess not the most recent episode or most recent chapter, because I'm a chapter behind, which I'll catch up to I think tomorrow. Which takes it was like a challenge game where the Japanese alphabet is divided in half, and you can only use the half that is given to you. And since Japanese has a syllabary, wait, the syllables are or the letters are syllables, and not like in English where the letters are not full sounds in themselves or full syllables in themselves. And so that it makes it impossible to actually translate or localize, at least. So you can still translate it, and that's what he did. And I thought it worked really well myself. So I'm hoping that whoever they get to do it will understand the style they're going for, because I think that's kind of the best way to go with something like that. Is you can't localize it. You kind of have to just translate what they're doing and kind of give a little explanation. But I guess probably since I'm at least familiar with the Japanese alphabet, that it was pretty easy for me to follow. I was like, okay, yeah, I know how this works and how difficult. I was kind of looking forward to see how they were going to actually handle that. And like I said, I was pleased with how they did it, but I can't imagine they're going to be much more difficult. But then again, with some of the inventive puzzles that they've been, the mangaka has been, the manga writer has been coming up with, that I'm sure it's killer on the translators and the localizers. So yeah, good luck to the next translator on that one. But I think how they were handling it so far has been really cool. But it's an interesting, like I said, interesting concept, and the puzzles have been pretty inventive, and it's just something that we haven't really seen, or at least I haven't seen in my limited manga understanding, which is back basically Jump stuff for the past 5 years, I guess. I guess there are other stuff that may be out there but that's similar, but I don't know it. So I'm finding it interesting. So we'll see what they do in this new recent episode or chapter. I call them episodes apparently, but chapters. And yeah, so always interested in hearing about manga that's interesting, new manga, even old manga, just stuff that I may not have been exposed to see if I can get my hands on and read translations of. There are any services that do like Jump does, or through Viz, and that it's translated on an app and you can access stuff that way, like whether it's subscription services or whatever. I think Kondasha had one that closed down, which I didn't even know about, and then I kind of found out about it, and it sounds like it's closing down, so like a little late there. And there's some stuff there that could have been interesting to me, I think. So anything like that, if anyone has any information like that, I'd definitely be interested in hearing about it so I can continue my manga education, I guess. But yeah, anything interesting. I'm mostly interested, like I said, in like sports manga, comedies. I'm not into like dramas. Dramas have to be really good and really that's what we're looking for, internally consistent, I guess, in order to really capture me. And it's really hard to do. It's really hard for me to really get into a really dramatic one. Even action dramas can be like that. I prefer more action comedy kind of thing. The normal shonen kind of stuff can be hit or miss for me. It kind of depends on characters. Like the Bleach, Naruto, Black Clover trilogy. I've read through. I don't mind them all that much. You know, I don't hate them. I don't like think they're the greatest thing ever. I mean, it mostly relies on characters for me. Naruto was alright. Character-wise, there were a few interesting characters and that I could go for, of course, but all in all, it just was. It felt like it tried too hard. Bleach had some good characters too, and the first arc, of course, is classic Bleach and does a lot of good stuff, even if it's nothing like special plot-wise. The characters really carry the story, and so I was really enjoying that. Into the second arc and with the Rankar and all that, which wasn't quite as good, but was at least something that kind of worked a little bit, so I could still kind of enjoy it. The very final arc, the one that's going through the anime right now, was okay. I'm not sure how much I really liked it. Like I've read through it a few years ago at this point, and it's just like, you know, I can kind of see what they're going for, but yeah, I don't know. And Black Clover has a lot of good characters too that I like. Even though it is like very derivative and like basically like Bleach or Naruto, you can really see the lineage there and how much how liberally it takes cues from those. I actually kind of like the Black Clover characters the most, I think. Even though, like I said, the story and like plot lines and stuff like that are clearly cribbed from those kind of the stuff that comes before. It's just like I said, for me, those kind of stories depend on characters, and not just main characters, but side characters and things like that, and their powers and things like that have to be interesting. And a lot of that has been, actually, which is really cool. So, and in a way, it's kind of surprising, but I think maybe I enjoy Black Clover the most out of those. So shonen kind of things like that I can do okay with, but I don't need that in my life unless there's a really good one that you know of. Of course, I'm reading One Piece still. I have read through everything in One Piece. It took me an entire month of hardcore reading to read from the beginning a couple years ago when I did it. I had gotten sick like right after the new year, and so I had some time, so I started cranking it out, and then even as I got better, I was still trying to crank out chapters. So I got through it in about a month. It was like 960 chapters at that point. So yeah, One Piece is really good too. I really enjoy One Piece. What it does better than anything else is, especially once it has gotten onto the Grand Line, is it does a good job of having other plot lines going on and kind of showing you what's going on, teasing kind of stuff that's going on around what's going on with Luffy and the crew and the Straw Hats, and it really shows that there are just one piece of the puzzle. Even though they may be eventually one of the most important pieces, there are other things going around in that world that have nothing to do with them, but still kind of drive the plot, like the whole lead up into the big battle at Marineford, for instance, is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. A lot of it that was the culmination of a lot of different events, not just from what happened with Luffy and Straw Hats, but all around there. And it comes to a head. Now you're in the second half, where they've gotten into the second half of the line. There's still so much going on around that you don't really know everything that's going on, but you do know stuff is going on, and there's always things going on. And so you know these events will eventually come together in some kind of climax, and that is something that I'm not sure that there's anything I've read in any format that does something like that. Normally, stories are pretty much exclusively focused on your cast of characters, and only their stories matter. You might have something like the Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones that has multiple groups of characters doing stuff and causing events, and eventually these groups of characters kind of combine stuff, but not really where you have a singular group of people that are adventuring and events outside of them that aren't directly told to you are going on and then converging. But you always have an idea of what's going on. There's always stuff, there's always hints of it there, whether it's through like news reports they get or gossip from other characters and things like that. It's always moving, and it's something that, like I said, there's just not a lot of stories that do that. So One Piece has been really one of those that really surprised me with its writing and what it does. And so yeah, I'm completely enjoying it. But like I said, it took a little while to get going. Like I feel like the whole what's it, East Blue, North Blue? It gotta be the East Blue, right? That they're in that whole arc before they get to the Red Line and then cross over the Red Line into, or the right, that's the mountain range, right? I always forget stuff if I'm because I'm still not focused on just one story. But it's like tutorial kind of things. But it's still nice that there's stuff there that happened there affects the story much later. So One Piece definitely is one of those stories that I think is, I don't want to say underrated. I think it's underrated in the way that people don't understand, like the way it does things that it doesn't. People don't rate the things that it does really well, and kind of focus on some of the other stuff that is more common in, especially in shonen and such. But yeah. But gag comedy manga and funny action shonen, good in my eyes. Sports manga, good in my eyes. Those are the big three for me that really do it. I can do romantic comedies mostly. I don't like the romantic drama kind of ones. but like a Kaguya, good. I enjoyed that. Switch over to this. Trying to. I threw off my train of thought there, switching games, game soundtracks. But yeah, action comedies like that, or romantic comedies like that are good too. Love Hina was my first manga actually. That was one that really was funny and everything, and I really enjoyed that. I reread it actually not too long ago because I have a digital copy of the omnibus, all of it. So, yeah. But yeah, like I said, recommendations are always welcome. I will definitely talk about stuff. I want to catch up on Hunter x Hunter, and I'm going to do a read through. I'm wondering what's going on with it right now. I wonder if it's like ending, if they're canceled it or what, since I know the manga author has had to take so many breaks and everything. I wonder if they're just done with it or what at this point. We're waiting for news on that yet. But I wanna read that, do a fresh read of that at some point. And just maybe I'll do some videos or something where I'll read a few chapters and then talk about it, what I'm seeing and reading, and people can join in and we can kind of talk through things. Because I'd like to do that for a few different things and just do read-throughs and even rereads and stuff like that, and just have kind of like a book club. I think that would be kind of cool and kind of in character here for as a librarian. But not quite yet. We're still trying to work on stuff here. Working on character and everything. So I want to do that eventually. That's something that's in my mind to do. Trying to think. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, I actually babbled on for a little while this time, which is a first. Don't normally get a chance to. Don't normally find myself able to talk that long on just anything. So we're getting close to almost a half hour of talking. That's pretty good considering I didn't know what to talk about coming in and just started babbling, which apparently is what we're supposed to do. I know a lot of people enjoy like the just chatting stuff and the reactions and stuff. So maybe, while we're still working on something, working on like a V1 kind of style, we're doing V0.1, then we can at least practice this, and perhaps eventually when we are ready for like an actual debut with like an actual character, an actual model, then we can be ready to actually talk and do just chatting streams instead of just gaming streams. But we'll have to see. Like I said, gaming is for me is relaxing, and that's what I like to do, so we'll definitely be doing a lot of gaming stuff even when we do that. But I think it's time. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready now. So let me get this set up. Let me get this set up then. All right. I gotta change the theme. There we go. Cool. Cool. Okay, so what were we on here? Okay, I've done some more playing of some of the ones I had opened up previously. I was playing through. I think I finished up 2. So the close on 5 actually. Finished up 6. We went through all the way through 6 because of course we were going to, and now we've opened up Final Fantasy Tactics, and that's what we're gonna do actually. Because we haven't played any of these ones yet, and I want to go through these. One of the best Final Fantasy games that's come out. So let's play some of these songs. It's been a very long time since I played Tactics. So the music isn't as in my head, isn't as recently in my head as some of these other ones may be. But as you can see, we even got Agrius up to 58, level 58. But she was only like in the 20s, I think, when we last started. So yeah, I played a bit. And Minwu is up to 99. We're gonna see if we can start her a bit. Celis and Terra, of course, are got some stuff going on. I'm not sure if we saw this. Picked up Ramu, who with that collected card drop rate plus 30, but also the trigger damage dealt of plus 15%. That's nice. We got a new ship, the Ragnarok. And I don't know if we've seen that we have the Tunberry mobile style. You'll see when we fly in. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Obviously, defeat 6 more enemies. I think we can do that. So let's get into it. This is not a song I remember off the top of my head. Maybe as we get into it, it'll trigger in my memory. Considering the number of times I played through the first couple battles in Final Fantasy Tactics just to try things. But that was how many years ago at this point? 20? More than that, actually. Oh. Nope. We're warming up here. That one bad, of course, was really screwed up at the beginning. Okay, this part I remember the song. These are tough for me. A longer song than I was thinking it would be, but cool. It's all good. That wasn't as bad as I feared. Oh, thanks a lot, Tara. I appreciate your confidence. I really do. Double S though. Ultima the High Seraph. Ooh. I like how Minu is completely like, yeah, whatever. But of course, getting the stars for this is going to be a long road because barely getting any experience points, and the experience to get that star is huge. So it's pretty funny. There we go, the Ramza card. What do we got next? Oh yeah, this is a very common one song I've heard. I think this is one of the normal battle themes. Play with at least 80% HP. I think we can do that. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Especially with the healing we got, we should be able to do it. And we got so much HP because we're high level. All right. Completely off there. Come on, bro. You gotta hit them criticals. Ooh. Oops, I went the wrong way with that. I like that. There we go. We got through it. 5 bad is not great. But I think like HP wise, it should have been no problem. Yeah, we didn't like kill any part of it. We did a lot of greats. Yeah, look at that. Great. 76 greats. Not the best, but we're getting through it. That's what we're trying to do at this point. We're just pushing through, opening up songs, keys so we can open up new games for more songs, basically. And just kind of enjoying and reminiscing a little bit here. I don't know about you guys, but I know one of my favorite characters in this game was Agrias. Once we were able to recruit her to the party. Beat the boss in 25 seconds. I don't know about that. Earn 4 more treasure chests. I don't know about that either. But yeah, Agrias was definitely a mainstay. But then again, a lot of the characters that were named characters and not nameless ones were ones that I often used. Mostly because they were more interesting than some of the regular characters. Although you had to have one so you can have like a mathematician, or what do they call them? Arithmeticians, I think. Oh god. Man, I'm gonna die when I start playing at high level difficulties. Ah. I almost missed that. My mind said just to press it. I screwed that up so badly. Ooh. I don't know how we did there. Let's say 7 treasure chests have we got? I don't know. But man, who could forget in this game getting the samurai and getting blade grasp and being pretty much immune to everything but magic? That was always hilarious. That was one of my favorite things about it, just how broken that it was. Did we get this already? The magic guns, that was always cool too. What were they? What was the job for that? Was that engineer? Ovilia's theme. Always kind of felt bad for her throughout the whole thing. But this is a crazy ass story. I knew it blew my mind the first time I played through it. I was like, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? Like political and then like religious. It was so crazy. Oh shoot. Forgot to move my cursor there. So basically I screwed up to start with. But yeah, I'm just completely screwed up now. See if we can pull it back. Looks like I can't pull it back. I can really screw up though. Which sucks because this isn't the hardest song. You can see by the difficulty. Okay, Amelia, I guess I didn't like you as much as I was saying, since I'm screwing up your theme so badly. Then when I try to talk too, it just goes even worse. Oh my god. I slaughtered this one. Oh, Marlboros. Ew. Ew. So basically for this one, we were either hitting it really good or completely missing it. Somehow got S out of that. That's only because, like I said, we were hitting either a critical or nothing. It was 72%. Perfect. Oh man. Ugly. Ooh, Prima Vista. And like status ailments. Well, did we have anything that would inflict status ailments? I'm not 100% sure. Don't usually use a lot of those. Actually, I should check and see if Agrius has a new ability. Yeah, Mighty Guard. Greatly reduces damage taken. Alright, that's better than Protect. That counts on everything. It's kind of strengthy, but nothing that good. HP? That makes sense if they're calling Cell as a defense type. But also good strength and magic. Ow. Magic off the chisel here. 247. Yeah, so this is kind of weak for being kind of an all-around. Anyway, let's take a look at the ship. I think I like the Prima Vista. From 9, looks like the Tantalus Theater Troop. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Got an Alexander, trigger damage dealt plus 15. But the burst gauge recovery, oh man, I don't know about that. I got a new Ifrit as well. So are we gonna like eventually be dropping some of these if we get more? I don't know. Or can we like combine them or something? Because we got... Curious. No idea. Okay, what do we got here? Precipitous combat. Deal a ton of damage. We might be able to do that. Not sure that we actually fought anything like this in Tactics. I guess there were some ghosts we did fight and stuff like that. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Oh, the battle on the bridge? That was a tough one. I remember that. A little late on that. Oh shoot, I'm screwed up. Seems to not be a night for me to actually be good at this game. Yuck. Total damage 4098. That's not very good. Probably because of all the misses and everything. I really got screwed up in there. That's not no fun. Isn't that any fun? Alright, a couple more at 99 now. If I can't deal that much damage to what I had, then whew, or get a little bit closer to that range, then whew. I wonder if that one we have to play in a higher difficulty in order to do a little more damage. Alright, defeat Ultimate High Seraph. Hell, I remember trying to get the skill Ultima for Ramza was hell of a thing to do. Boss enemies have double HP. Well, that's fun. We could get a red chocobo though, outfit for removal if we can do it, which we can't, but we'll try anyway. We'll try anyway. Get a star mark on lots of game records to up your completion rate. Well, at this point we're just trying to survive. We got the chain, the full perfect chain. Not sure that we did very good. Other than that. I almost screwed up a couple parts. To get the perfect chain. Off the chain! Off the perfect chain! Labyrinth. Illustration, okay. Alrighty then. We did go. We defeated the boss, so we got. Oh, cool. I just assumed that we didn't do it. I wasn't. It's kind of hard to pay attention to what's going on in the battle itself when you're trying to do these. And that was the final title of the title. Cool. We can go to another title then. Nice, nice. And we got some other stuff too. Cool. Alright, so next, I think I want to do... might want to do 9. Or do I want to do 4? 4 I also love. Tussle, Rosa, yeah. Edge Cane. How many songs are in this one? 13. How many are in 9? 18. Holy shizzles. Quests are easier? No, they're about the same. Oh. I might do 4 and do the half that opens up and then open up 9 maybe? That might be the way to do it. There we go. Alright, so we gotta bring in a member for this. What we should do. So we'll take a look and see what we get. Who we got? I'm gonna guess that Rosa, the healer. Yeah. It's a summon type. That's interesting. That's a completely different type that we have. Cecil is a defense. Or I guess Cecil. I think we can give Minwu a chance, rest and bring in Rosa. So we get a... Then we'll see who the next attacker that we'll get. What does that chocobo one look like? Oh, that's kind of cute. See if we got anything here. Nope, nothing new. Okay. So you're not gonna get any skills until after the first one. That's fine. We're pretty set up. Like we're not gonna take much damage even if things screw up. So we should be good. Should be fine. Right? It should be fine. Should be good. Clear what's also on your party. Well, we're not doing that. I mean, eventually I'll start bringing in people as well. I guess we can do that. Let's just do that. It's fine. He can get a little... Let it to go, and then we'll bring Agrius back after this. Can auto it. Alright. Look at that sausage fest of a party they show right there. Cecil is way too happy about being in this group. Got ahead of myself a little bit there. pants starting to get sweaty. Yeah. 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 There's some little tough things in there that I was kind of messing up a little bit. Ooh. It's the Hall of Mirrors. Where Cecil becomes a paladin. How cool. That was one of the things that this game really did with the redemption arc for Cecil. And kind of having to put things right after screwing things up. It was a really cool conceit. And like the whole like political storyline and everything. And then with the whole Kane storyline and everything. It was really cool. It's like one of the best storylines of the Final Fantasies. You have okay, pray. Oh well, your prayer right now is not going to be too good. Your spirit is not great, right? Because it's on. Yeah, spirit is not great right now. Yeah, see, we need 100,000 experience for both of them in order to get their star, and Minwoo is pretty close to that, like 100,000 too. When we're only getting like a couple hundred per song, kind of ruins the mood. Main theme? Or the theme of love. I was kind of leaning towards the theme of love, but I think playing the main theme kind of makes a little bit more sense in this case. Poison deals 10 damage to each enemy each second. Okay. I haven't really paid much attention to the mechanics of what actually happens in the fighting that they're doing. I have my own things to worry about here. I just trust that they're doing their jobs. It's a better job than I'm doing. I hit those both the same direction instead of different directions. screwed up a little bit there, but that's alright. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, one of the things that Final Fantasy IV did not do that I wish it kind of did was expand more on the romance between Cecil and Rosa. They tell you about it and they kind of tell but don't really show what's going on with them. Kind of makes their connection kind of weak, which sucks. They do better in later games showing some of the romances. I know 8 was definitely focused on romance. They've talked about how that was a big deal. So yeah, I mean, this was the only one that really had a romance, I think. Although I'm not familiar enough with 2 and 3 to really be able to tell you. 5 didn't really have a romance. 6, not really either. They were kind of hinting at a thing between Luck and Celis and that, but nothing really came of that. And 7 had Cloud and Aerith, but kind of know how that kind of went. So, yeah. It really runs romance there. Ooh, I just barely got that in. Luckily there's some give in the direction I'm pressing because I know I'm not doing it correctly in some of those. I had a section there where I was kind of, you can kind of see it in the critical chart where I was getting in the groove a little bit. It wasn't early, I was late on most if I was missing. Alright. Defeat 2 or more bomb enemies. Okay, so Rosa should have another... Oh, here we go. Rosa should have another ability. Alright, before we go further, I want to see... I'm going to open up 9. Because I wonder what the first song's going to be. Cardin and Echo. Phoebe, of course, that would be... Phoebe's a dude, though. All man. Phoebe's all man. What's the first song? Because Final Fantasy IX has one of my favorite songs in it. And that's exactly what song it is. It starts with. So yeah, we're gonna play it real quick. Cure Stone, okay. So we kind of have Zidane in our party. Sounds kind of boring. It's a hunter type, what the hell? I skilled at finding treasure chest, okay. If we wanted that, we would bring Locke. Alright, we gotta play this song then. There's a whole reason to open up Final Fantasy 9. Might see a flock of chocobos now. Let's see how badly I screwed up though. Yes, okay, that screwed up too bad. Oh, I didn't get below a grade on any of them. That's not bad then. That's not bad for me. It ain't bad. And a perfect chain, cool. A triple S. What? For me? What? That is something. That is something. And we got a menu card. Cool. Wow. Can't believe that. I can't believe that. Not at all. Like I said, that's one of my favorite ones, so I was kind of concentrating a little bit because I wanted to do a good job. I did. Oh, VV seems pretty good too, but yeah, Nine's got some solid songs. If I want to finish up, we're gonna do some more 4. Alright. Let's bring Agrius back in. Get out! A party! We got Blizzard, but we're not really, using magic. We got Stasis Sword because of your strength. Magic isn't good enough. I mean, once we start like seriously doing stages and we were trying to clear things, pay attention to things like what they're actually weak to, then that's when having even like Agrius using Blizzard, even though her magic sucks, makes more sense. But right now, when we're just going through songs and just playing through them for the first time, not really trying to complete quests and defeat enemies and everything, it's fine. Just use whatever you want. Another Shiva. We didn't get anything else done though. Just making sure. Just making sure. Doom, 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 doom. This is a good song. Bum, 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 bum. Alrighty. Back to the ladies. Finger slipped off. Oh, I screwed up. Right at the end, I could have gotten that one a little bit better. Find yourself a new dream. Oh. Damn. She's feeling pretty good there. Get a couple perfect changes, all of a sudden Nagrius is all about slapping people down with the words. Defeat the boss without dealing fire damage. Well, did we defeat the boss? I don't recall. I don't think we had fire damage anyway, so we must not have defeated the boss. Tower of Zata, yes. Alright, how many we got time for? I don't want to do that one, or I do clear up most in your party. Well, let's do that one. Trojan Beauty. That'll get us the black chocobo suit, yes. And also, we have Rosa in our party already, so might as well just do this one and complete the quest. Clear one of today's top hits. I have not checked that out actually in the music stages. She is really pretty though. I really need to do something about my hand here, or it slips off the control stick. Oh, this is not good. I hate those ones, I can never do them. Yeah, it's a good thing we don't have much more time, otherwise I don't know how much more I can do anyway. Thumb is slipping off a little bit. Triple S, wow! Look at that, we were hitting the zone a little bit now. Some perfect change, what, 3 perfect chains in a row? A couple of triple S's today? Rosa's got Toad? Not Monarch, I can't do it. Toad impression. We got that black chocobo. Oh, that's hot. Received 500 million points. Nice. Nice. Wait, do we want to cure stone? I don't think he's gonna use stone, so I think we could go to cures toad. Oh. Someone's gonna toad us, I don't think, right? Right? Like, you're full up, yep. I just want to make sure that you guys are full up. Yeah, Riot Blade. Kind of weird that Riot Blade deals massive damage to portions user's magic. Luckily it's magic. That's basically the same thing. Deals massive damage. Deals massive damage. Basically the same thing. Oh, this is fire, that's why. Oh, so that's probably why we didn't get the one against the bomb, because she's got fire. That's the difference. Also gotta catch up to everyone. Even Edgar's got a C and strength and agility. So it's up to B finally and some stuff. Right, I think I got time for one more. So let's do this one. Defeat the boss within 25 seconds. Are we gonna be able to do that? No. But let's do the song. Dun, 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 dun. Use a silver and golden egg at the same time, get 8 times as much XP as normal. Ooh, well, keep that in mind. Right, the triggers are judged more harshly, so it's not good for us. I just completely screwed the booch on that one. That whole sequence. We were doing so good. And then this one hit, and we have completely done no good. Let's just kind of get through this. Okay, it's that part. Oh, now it's completely screwed me up. Ooh, that's yeah. Let's forget about that one. Let's forget about that one. That one was not what we were expecting to do. I don't know. We got an A out of it still, though, so we didn't completely screw it, but not the worst we've done, but also not very good. I knew you'd come for me. Ooh, that's hot. Sorry, Cecil. You're out. We're in. Yeah. You're out. We're in. Ha ha ha. All right. No. You still haven't got anything new, right? Okay, perfect. Alrighty then, cool. So we done a good job. We got through a whole bunch of songs actually. Had a lot of fun. Did some good talking. So that is gonna do for tonight. Maybe now I actually feel a little compelled to do the last of my stuff. I'm gonna go right or we wanna go left? Here, this is what we want. Oh, this is actually what I want to do here is this. But yeah, so that is going to do it for tonight. Planning on doing a stream tomorrow night. That's assuming I get done everything I need to get done. As I do have to get my application in tomorrow. It's the last day, so we gotta make sure that we actually do it. Let's do this one. That's not the song I was trying to do. Let's do this one. So, yeah. But yeah, I should have everything done and in beforehand, so we should be good to go to stream. Maybe we'll start a little bit later if we need to, but we'll do it. We'll get it in, and we'll stream tomorrow night. Here, and then next, we'll be here again on Thursday. No, actually, we might do a Sunday. We'll see. Actually, we probably will do a Sunday. Get a little Outer Worlds in probably, but yeah. After that, then we'll be back Thursday. Like I said, I got a friend coming in. He'll be in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and leaving Thursday morning. So we'll be able to stream on Thursday. But that's why we are gonna be out a couple days. Tomorrow we should be. Like I said, we should be here for a little bit. On Saturday, we should be doing a Valheim stream on the other channel. So you can come join in the chaoticness as we try and collect stuff so that we don't get killed in the Mistlands as we've been doing. It's been very bad. Very bad experiences all around. But, yeah, so that's the plan for the near future. Next couple weeks, well, next week or so. But after, like I said, next Thursday we'll be back here on normal schedule, so things should settle down then. I'm actually going to talk to my friend a little bit about something we might want to do as well. So that might be something to look out for. We talked about doing some things, like a separate thing, but I have an idea that might be interesting, involving some. Well, actually, I don't want to spoil that yet, just in case it doesn't come off. But I think it could be fun. But he's very busy, you know, family man and everything like me, so he doesn't have a lot of time. But I know he's expressed some interest in doing some other stuff, so something to watch out for. But yeah. Again, we're still working on things like character and modeling for like the quote-unquote V1 edition, but you know, right now we're in practice mode. We're practicing streaming or practicing talking and all that stuff. Not really expecting people to be flocking in at this point. The model is not one that's going to bring in people, but I might try and make a few. We might look at doing some stuff here for it and see if we can at least make it a little bit better. Maybe go into like a V0.11 or something, I don't know. See if I got some time. But yeah, so we're we're doing okay here. But we are getting the YouTube started. Haven't got a lot up. I need to start really just pushing stuff out, like especially the VODs of this random stuff like this and like the Splatoon stuff. Before we get the Outer World stuff in its own playlist. But I haven't had a ton of time. Hopefully, once this craziness is slowed down, hopefully we'll be able to start pumping some of that stuff up and catch up, and now make things a little bit easier. But yeah, I still haven't created like a Twitter or anything. Well, I've been kind of iffy about Twitter because of all the stuff going on, but I know a lot of YouTubers are big on Twitter and stuff, so I may have to bite the bullet there. was thinking about trying maybe some other stuff like Mastodon or something, but yeah, social media me or kind of. I mean, you could try like the Gram or something. Insta. Guess that would be the way that the kids actually say it nowadays. Insta. Definitely not doing any TikToks right now, but I don't even know much about TikTok, so I don't know if I want to do any of that. But yeah, so we'll see how things go. Here you go for y'all. Background a little bit. So yeah, definitely check that stuff out. You can hit !YouTube in the chat. We'll get you a link to the YouTube page, youtube.com/@StarShadowVT, and check stuff out there. Like, comment, subscribe, share all that good stuff at any of the videos you haven't watched there, and yeah, there will be links to Twitch and anything else that we'll want to link to there. So once things start proliferating and stuff, you'll be able to get to everything. So you can get to one thing, you can get to everything else. That's the way we try to get to work. So yeah, make it real easy. So like I said, that's gonna do it. Tomorrow's Friday. Thumbs up. Hopefully all doing good. Stay well, stay good, stay healthy, stay fresh. And I will catch all of y'all next time. So have a good one, everybody. Have a good one and stay fresh.